Today I'm going to show you how to make the trending jelly flan cake roll. My cake roll today will be ube, but you can use any flavor. Let's get started. Here are the ingredients. For the caramel, we need 1.5 cups of sugar, 1.5 cups of hot water, 8 extra large egg yolks or 10 medium egg yolks, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 1 sachet or 25 grams of gulaman powder, 1 big can of evaporated milk or 1.5 cups, 1 big can of condensed milk or 1 1/3 cup, 3 cups water, 1 1/4 cups of sugar. For the ube cake roll, 1 1/4 cups of sifted cake flour, 1/3 cup of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon baking powder, 6 eggs, 1/3 cup of fresh or full cream milk, 1/3 cup of oil, 1 teaspoon of ube flavor and color, 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon cream of tartar. We will start by caramelizing the sugar. So on a pan, you don't need a non-stick pan. Any pan that you have, as long as it's clean and dry. You put 1.5 cups of sugar. Once the sugar starts to melt, you just tilt the pan. You try to avoid stirring it or agitating it because it will take longer for the sugar crystals to melt or dissolve. When it's 80 or 85% melted, you can start stirring it. Here, you can stir it now. And then, so it's easy for us to pour it into the mold. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to add in warm water. If you want the color darker, then you can cook it a little bit more. And then you let it boil until the sugar will dissolve again, and then the syrup would be easy to pour into the mold. There are many ways to caramelize. Some would put the butter and the sugar together and boil them. That's also okay. Some would just use sugar, no water at all. That's also fine. But that one you have to move fast because the sugar without the caramelized sugar without the water will set faster. Okay. Here you can see all of the sugar has completely melted, and then you have a nice caramel syrup. All right. This one is ready to pour into the mold. However, I want to cook this a little bit more, maybe 2 minutes more, so it will be a little bit thicker. All right. Then let's pour the caramel into 2 12 by 8 baking pans. You can also use 1 12 by 16 tray, like the one we used for the cake roll. But sometimes the bigger rolls are difficult to assemble. So for a start, we'll just use the small one. Let's cook the flan mixture next. This is a jelly flan because it's made with jelly or gulaman. You don't need to steam this. So I have evaporated milk. I have condensed milk. I have sugar. It's the typical ingredient of leche flan, except it has the addition of jelly powder and water. And then you have egg yolks. Then I have vanilla, which we will add later. And this is the gulaman powder, not gelatin, This is gulaman powder. And then we have water. This recipe is also what they call no bake, no steam leche flan. Okay, so what we're going to do is heat this until the mixture boils. Oh well, sorry. You heat this until the mixture starts to simmer. Once you see tiny bubbles on the sides, then it's done. I'm going to use a wire whisk just for a short while. Just to break the yolks, but don't beat it vigorously because you don't want to create bubbles. Here, see? Okay, you turn this off. This is enough. Just in case you see some lumps in the mixture, what you can do is you can strain this, okay? I'll just show you. Can I have a strainer? Yeah. But you don't have to, if you don't see any lumps, you don't have to strain this. As I said, you don't have to strain this, but I just want to show you that you can in case you see some lumps. If you overcook it, you will not be able to strain this also, okay? Okay. All right. Then you pour the jelly flan mixture into 2 baking pans. And then you allow it to set. Don't touch it, don't move it. For the cake roll, I have here cake flour. Don't forget to sift the flour before you measure. And then you have sugar, 1/3 cup. You have salt, baking powder. Okay, mix this together. Then you have oil, egg yolks. I separated the egg yolks from the egg whites. Make sure there is no egg yolk in the egg white. Okay, here are the egg whites. I'll put it here in a separate bowl. Okay, and this one, since I'm going to make an ube cake roll, I'm going to put ube flavor and color. And then this is milk. I use fresh milk, but you can use any flavor for the roll. I just thought that ube and leche flan would go very well. Alright, just mix this with a wire whisk until it's smooth. It won't take you a long time, just a few swirls. See, it's smooth now, so you stop. And then to the egg whites, we add cream of tartar. And we're going to whip this. Whip this at medium speed, not at high speed, because we want small air bubbles because they're more stable. When the egg whites are frothy, then you add in the sugar. If your mixer is slow, add the sugar gradually, but if your mixer is fast, you can pour everything in. Let's check. Okay, this is all right. You want the peaks to stand. If it curls a little bit, then you need to beat it for like a minute more. Okay. You will notice it's stiff, it's shiny. This is very important that it's shiny because once it's dry, it's very difficult to fold in. We fold in half first. You cut, scrape the bottom, go up. Cut and scrape the bottom, go up. Like this. This is what you call cut and fold. Or you make a figure 8. This is probably easier for you. Figure 8. Okay, don't wait until all of the egg whites are gone before you add the next one. Because if you do that, then you will overmix or overfold the mixture. Remember, you want the mixture to be spongy, fluffy, not watery or runny. So you make a figure 8 or you cut and fold. Any method. Okay, just remember your mixture should be like this. It should be spongy, not watery. Okay, let's pour this. By the way, this is a 12 by 16 baking pan. If this size does not fit your oven, you just go to the next size. Your roll will be thicker. And of course, it will bake a little bit longer. Okay. Okay, this is what they call a sheet cake. If I make a sheet cake, I usually tap this to make sure that it's even. Okay, and let's put this inside the oven. 350 degrees. We will check around 25 minutes. I'm taking this out of the oven now. Okay, I'll remove this from the baking pan so it will cool faster. For the filling for the cake roll, you can use buttercream. I just use whipping cream. For whipping cream, I have 1.5 cups whipping cream. And then I'm going to add 1/3 cup of condensed milk. But as I said, you can use any kind of icing. Once the cream is thick and double in size, let's add in condensed milk. You can also use powdered sugar. This is just a sweetener. I like to use condensed milk because it's creamy. Okay, that's it. To fill this, you can use any icing that you have. You can use buttercream. You can use butter icing, yeah. This is whipped cream with condensed milk. Hold on, I think I'll roll from this side because this side is thinner. That side is thicker. It might break. You know, there's a chance this is going to break because it has been out for some time. Okay, so we do this. Anyway, if it cracks a little bit, don't worry because this will be covered by the flan. Okay, so far it looks good. We'll set this aside while we prepare the flan. I have many recipes to share with you. If you're interested, please like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you can be alerted when a new video is uploaded. Okay. If you want to make a whole roll, then you have to put the jelly flan in a pan as big as the roll, which is a 12 by 16. But today, if you'll notice, we put the jelly flan in two 12 by 8, so it's easier. So it means we need to cut this into half, okay? But first, I'll spread this with a thin layer of icing or whipped cream. The purpose of this is so that the flan will stick. It will stick to the roll. So you put icing all over, not only on one side, but also in the bottom portion. I'll turn this over shortly. So make sure this is like a paste or a glue. The bottom you don't have to, just the sides, to make sure they will all stick. If you have extra, just put also in the bottom, but if you just have enough icing, then like this until this portion is fine, okay? And then the other side, we have icing already. All right, okay, next we will cut the roll into two because we're making two small ones. Two small ones are easier to handle. You can use a regular knife. Okay, so we have two rolls now. Okay, let's set this aside. You put parchment paper here, or you can use plastic, but plastic is very slippery. I use parchment paper, and then we'll take this out. Okay. Here's our flan. Putting it there is a little bit tricky, so we just need to be patient. I'm going to cut off a small portion because you can roll it 8 on this side or you can roll it 12. So I rolled it the other way, so I have to take out a small portion. I took out like maybe 1.5 inches on the side, so it will fit. Okay, then you need a big piece of parchment paper. Okay, and then we will flip this one more time. Okay, all right. Then here, it's very important that you have icing. Like this, may be easier for you to look at. Okay, and wrap it like this. Okay, my paper is a little bit short. I will get some more paper. Here I have I put over a bigger sheet of parchment paper, and then we turn it over. If later you can see the side that the flan is only on top, it's not in the bottom. It's like you're wrapping the ube roll with the flan. Okay, anyway, you'll get a better view once we have chilled this. You chill this so it's firmer and it's easier to slice. We'll chill this for about maybe 1 hour. Okay, let's unwrap our jelly leche roll. Remember, this one I doubled the paper because it was too short. Okay. Here's our leche roll.